Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today is 6 community best gold farms. I'll just stick around and enjoy the video. Now, these are the best ranked farms from the community. These are the ones that have been upvoted and pretty much stated as the best. They've come out above all of the others and these are well worth your time to do. Now that being the case, let's get on to number 1. For number 1 is the Anchorweed farm, and that one is in VOL'DUN. This one is the one that you need to be doing because Akunda's Bite actually sells for an awful lot of gold, and Anchorweed, you get a hell of a lot of this through VOL'DUN. The gold per hour on this farm, it usually is one of the best farms going at the moment in time, as opposed towards the Tiragard Sound farm. So if you're Horde, this is really good. If you're Alliance, it's really easy to get to and fly around and do. Preferably, if you have flying, I would utilize that ability in order to maximize the amount of gold. And also, I would highly recommend getting hold of a Sky Golem or using a Druid in order to get a hold of these herbs. I would also put a side note on this community pick and say if you have mining with your herbing, I would suggest you do that one as well. Now the next one at number 2 is ZIN'ANTHID. ZIN'ANTHID in NAZJATAR is still one of the most highly profitable farms that you could do right now, as it is fast selling. It's got a decent gold per hour and it's something you can do even with all of those multi-boxes flying around. There are multiple different routes which you can do, and I would highly suggest checking them out in order to maximize the amounts of gold that you actually have. That being the case, if you don't have routes import export and routes add-on respectively, you can then be able to, with those add-ons, you can then import different types of routes on your mini-map and then be able to utilize that through the community's routes to see which ones are going to be the best gold per hour for yourself. That being the case, let's move on to number 3. Now for number 3 is dredge leather and rubbery flank farming. These ones are in NAZJATAR, and this one is basically for skinning alone. Now I would recommend that you actually buff yourself up for actually doing this farm, as some of these mobs do hit quite a bit, but if you are adequately geared, you shouldn't have really that much of a problem doing this farm. Other than that, it has a strong gold per hour, and pretty much you can always just do an entire circle of the entire area and the mobs will have reset. This is definitely a farm that you should be doing, as it is a fast selling current content material, and also the rubbery flank is used for the buff food which you will be needing to use. Now aside from all of this, let's move into number 4. Now the community pick for number 4 is 2x4 farming, and that is with the GOLDENMANE. That one is a mount which is located in STORMSONG Valley. It has a 1 in 3,000 chance of dropping, and you will be killing a hell of a lot of these mobs. Now the next thing that you should be actually doing with this farm is by maximizing the amount of gold by trying to get hold of a 2x4. So make sure that you have 2 groups of 4 to actually do this. And we have set up group finders for EU and NA on the Discord, so you can get a full group together and can start farming it like crazy and just get as many as you can and try and get hold of that GOLDENMANE. The other things of note that you can get alongside this is a lot of Tide Spray linen, which you can use that to maximize your gold by making Tide Spray braces and scrapping them for your expulsum for your professions. And also you would get on average around about 5,000 raw gold per hour, so at the bare minimum you will be getting some supplementary raw gold with this if you vendor everything. Now aside from all of this, that is the GOLDENMANE farm. It's really easy to do. Just get yourself into a 2x4 group through the group finder or on my Discord, you're free to do so, and just start farming like crazy. Now bearing in mind this will take you a few hours to get hold of that mount, but the mount to hours invested is usually pretty damn good, because the mount is on the average of around about 200,000 gold on average. So be prepared to double check your auction houses just in case it has dropped in price, and then just start farming it like crazy, because the mount is definitely well worth the time that is invested. Now the next one is at number 5, that is KHORIUM ore, and this one is in Terakar Forest. Now this is the Fel Iron Ore farm, and all you're going to be doing is running around the edge of the entire zone with your mining. Do not pair this with herbalism, as BC herbs don't sell for all that much, but your mining materials will. So what you're going to be wanting to do is use your Dark Moon Firewater for faster gathering, and also make sure that you invest at least a couple of hours doing this to get enough KHORIUM ore. Now it can be done as a 1 hour thing, but it's better if you do it in 2 hour intervals, so you get the maximum amount of KHORIUM ore spawns, and also making sure that you get enough Fel Iron ore to sell on the auction house. Adamantite ore you can just write off as a little bit of a bonus towards that, and any of the gems. Now aside from that, that's pretty much all I have to say for the KHORIUM ore farm, so let's move into number 6. Lastly on our list is Primal Fire. This one is located in the Throne of Kil'jaeden, and it is definitely well worth your time to do. This is because it is very easy to do through just killing all of the fire elementals in the area. It's pretty damn easy to actually do, and also if you get yourself into a 2x4 group, you can increase the gold for that hour's worth of farming as well for the Primal Fire. Primal Fire is very easy to get a hold of, and it sells relatively fast as it's used for a lot of transmog items overall. Now this material sells insanely fast on even as an old world material, and hence why the community has picked it as one of the best. That is pretty much what I have to say for the Primal Fire. It's really easy. You're just going to have to put in the time in order to see the returns for basically all of these farms that have just been listed. Aside from this is all a part of Mission Brutusaur. And we'll be bringing out another video which will be tomorrow. If you're just getting into gold making just to get hold of your Brutusaur, I would urge you guys to come over to the Discord and ask any of your questions there. I'm pretty much near on all the time, and I'll try and answer some of these personally, and if not, we do have other people already there to actually help out as well. This is pretty much a community effort, and I would love to see more people joining the Discord and asking more questions about gold making. Also, along with the Mission Brutusaur for everyone, all of the resources and guides are actually on the Discord as well as a resources part, so then you can get any additional things that you can do to maximize the amount of gold in the short amount of time we have before Shadowlands. Other than that guys, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow.